What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It is a slow news day, but we do have a couple little headlines that we're going to take a look at. And then, of course, get into a 25-26 season preview with some fun questions, getting ready, getting geared up for the first match that kicks off this Sunday. Kamoli still got some work to do, and we'll take a look at what's in the news. And we got some fun stuff as well with some announcements that have come out there. And yeah, we got Mas, we got Luca. We're ready to do the business and take some people maybe to school with what I'm reading out there. So I don't know about your mornings, fellas, but I had a morning where it kicked off with me reading an argument online where someone in the same breath had Kostic with Zambrotta. That's how my morning started off. So, Mas, how are you doing this morning, man?
Listen, it's a rough morning for me this morning. It's a sad day. As you guys know, there was a little news that came down yesterday. My boy Renato Vega signing for Villarreal for a record signing for that team of 29 million. Shockingly, I don't know how that's their highest fee. 29 million. But if you'll allow me, Berto, respectfully, I'd like to give this guy a proper send off as a final goodbye, if you don't mind. Just bear with me here for a second.
Easy. All right. That's now it's a bit. But 29 million euros.
Goodbye, my sweet prince. I heard the news.
Good God.
That's a lot for Vega.
I was mad.
That's a lot for Vega. You know what?
Yeah, let's move
on.
29 million is a good business. I can't believe we didn't.
My God.
I
Crazy.
mean, my fear all along has been that we believe the backline is just fine, and we will find out. Lloyd Kelly, Crystal Palace, according to some outlets, not strong ones out of England, are claiming that they're going to make a move for him. Yeah, we'll continue to wait and see. But now that's another guy that's gone. So, all these guys are gone. Coppola's gone. Leone's gone. Vega's gone. So it's Laporte or Balerdi that are kind of still out there. But I think Juve actually feels that they are just fine there. It's a strange one. And as far as that being Villarreal's highest signing, that's just because they obviously do not do business with Atalanta or even Fiorentina for that matter, because it's a minimum of 40 for everyone you want there, no matter if they played 1,000 minutes a season or 2. So, yeah. But Luca, now that Mas has had his moment with Vega, how are you doing, brother?
I mean, I'm just as mad as Mass is, but I mean, I ain't getting emotional over it. Not yet, that is. Not until I see Lloyd Kelly cost us a few goals. Yeah, not until the first game where Lloyd Kelly trips on his laces and, costs us a goal. But, I mean, I'm good. I'm pumped up. I'm hyped for a prediction show. And,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, the news, it's slow, but there's some good stuff happening, some positive stuff. So, Cannoli still got some work to do, but it's looking not bad.
Cannoli?
Sorry, Cannoli.
Cannoli. Love it.
All right.
Okay. What's up to the army here? We got Pino in here. We got Forza Juve in here. Swatword Music. Ciao, ciao. Drin. Cugino Eddie. Danny Oliveira. Great seeing you all. Right. We got Reno. Buongiorno. Trimmy's in here. All right. Black armbands for Vega. There you go, Mas. Brothers in arms here, dealing with Vega here. Reminder, everybody, get the likes up and some housekeeping. Obviously, thank you for the support with the memberships, and all 3 have different perks associated with them. And, of course, the major legends, anyone in legend status, monthly will be automatically in an exclusive draw just for legends members for kits. And this year's kit, of course, is the 04 pink one with Del Piero on the back. All right. And we're 10 days away from giving that first one away. Okay. So some good stuff here. Now let's get to business. In the news, we're going to start off with Douglas Luiz. The deal is done. It's completed. And obviously it's a $2.5 million loan It's 30 million on the purchase price. You've got people that are claiming grande Comoli. Yes, we broke even. I actually stated I don't see it as a grande Comoli moment. And I've got my thoughts and feelings on the whole Douglas Luiz thing. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's a status quo move. I don't think it's anything to fire at Comoli for, but I also don't think it's anything to give him an A+ for. I think this is a messy situation with Douglas Luiz from all parties involved that still feels like at the very beginning, we never actually wanted that guy or treated him properly, like we actually gave a shit about him. That's kind of how I honestly feel. But now that it's done, you guys, A+ work for Comoli or status quo, you dealt with a guy that can't be around this season because he doesn't want to? Mas, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move in the sense that you're eliminating a player that, from all indications, did not want to be here. So you're already going into a season where you could potentially have Vlahovic still on the team, which was going to cause headaches and drama throughout the year. You don't need any additional, ammunition for this season to go wrong.
Yeah.
I was always of the belief if the guy wanted to stay, I was good to keep him for at least another year because, like you said, I don't think we ever gave him a fair shot. I don't know if he had a run of 3 to 4 games in a row the entire season. He did get hurt. I get that. But there were times where we could have played him and we didn't. So I still feel like there's a player in there. I still feel like he could have been useful for us. But end of the day, I guess it's the will of the player that decided. And he's on his way.
Yeah. My biggest thing is it just seemed like they didn't want him from the get-go. And it's like, did Comoli, would we have been better off to have this guy as even a depth option and competing for starting minutes if Comoli entered and actually approached it from, hey man, it's a new regime kicking off, we want to start things off with a fresh slate? I don't know if that was ever even offered or if you've ever actually cared to approach it in that way. And maybe it was too far gone from what had happened last season, but even Tudor, when he came in, it might have already all been predetermined. But the comment out there is Douglas Luiz had his fair shake. Did he have his fair shake? Because that's the comment they're making. He never did anything with the chances he got. That's the argument. So, we're going to ask the chat, obviously, do you think Douglas Luiz got a fair shake? And Luca, your thoughts on the move? A+ for Comoli or status quo? How do you feel about the Luiz situation?
Listen, to me, it's a C. It's a passing grade. He did the absolute minimum. He barely put any effort because, it's kind of his job. The guy clearly wasn't part of the plans and he had value. So,
yeah,
here, there, gone, broke even. I'm not going to say, oh, grande. No, to me, you did your job. Simple as that. If you wouldn't have moved him and we would have been stuck in the same situation of him sitting bench, I probably would have been pretty, hard on Comoli for that. But, status quo. I'm not going to freak out. If you would have sold him for a profit, then I would have applauded him. But no, status quo here. And on the topic of him being in and out, I'm convinced he was like a communist and they just didn't want him around. I'm sticking to that.
Jesus. Pino's got a theory here that Max slayed his girl, just saying, but Mota sidelined him. There's a lot of feeling that he didn't get the playing time. You're looking at 19 games in Serie A. 3 of those starts. 3 starts.
He played
average minutes?
848 total.
27 average minutes in a game, and the majority of them were actually 15 minutes, around 15 minutes of playing time in a game. So to call that a fair shake, while on the other hand, we watched what we watched with Cope Miners.
I was just going to say that.
And getting pigeonholed. I'm okay with us saying goodbye to Douglas Luiz. I had no problem with it. The guy showed up didn't show up to training camp with zero excuses, but that's a situation Juventus also played a hand in creating. That's my point. So to call this now fantastic business, well, Douglas Luiz, I don't think we did the right thing as a team, as an organization, off the hop. And you got to wonder if we literally only took him to make those plusvalenza sales on the 2 youngsters, which I have stated the entire time would have been stupid business from Juve. But we pissed away a guy that's actually a solid midfielder. He's a solid player. And he's was talented for a couple of years running in the Prem. And now all of a sudden, you've got a situation where your depth is in question. Are we bringing in another midfielder? Let's see what's on the flip side. Because, yeah, you can't go into the season with Luiz because he doesn't want to be here. But you also played a part in that happening. So, let's see. But for Luiz, I'm fine with it. I said you can't continue because he doesn't want to be here. So he's not an option of staying. Trying to sell one of the other guys is not really the play. Out of this situation, maybe Miretti. Maybe Miretti staying, which is now being tipped off that he is staying. His agent said he's going to stay at Juventus. Apparently, Chiellini and Tudor were pushing for this as well. So now with him staying here, maybe that's the play. And maybe that's the actual, in fact, pickup because he wasn't around with the squad next season. Okay? So now all of a sudden, it's Luiz out, Miretti in. Luiz, from the numbers we just went over, didn't play a huge part. Miretti will have his shot. But is it going to be a little bit too skinny? Because this is the one thing with Luiz. He was always great on the ball. Always great on the ball. He always showed little flashes, little glimpses of what he could do. But again, the minutes were very small. 522 minutes total in the season. And yeah, that injury thing, that's a part of it too, because I was never buying that whole fluid in the muscles. Like, what were we talking about? Literally never heard that in all the years I've been following since like 93, you guys. What are we talking about? So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But Miretti, yeah, if that's one of the main depth pieces in the midfield, he's gonna have to step up. He's gonna have to step up. So let's see what happens. Now, in terms of another midfield option, Rabiot. Rabiot has offered himself up to Juventus. Rabiot is available for 15 million euros. I've had fans telling me we need to, if you don't like Rabiot or don't see the value in that, you don't know football. Thank you very much for telling me that, because your argument was a football app rating showing that he carried a 7.1, 7.2 over 4 seasons or whatever. But guess what a football rating app doesn't tell you? What a huge douchebag the guy is. And what an absolute idiot he is. And how he treated your club like scrubs. So I ask you guys, before I really tear down the house, Luca, Rabiot offers himself to Juve.
Why am I wasting my breath? Mass, you talk. I'm not talking about this bum. I ain't wasting it.
I've never been a fan of sequels anyways.
Okay, good answer.
So I'm not going to tear the player down personally or anything. I don't like going back to the well with repeats. I was the same way at Conte at a point.
Same. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
So I think going back to players and management that you've already had before shows sort of a lack of resourcefulness personally. But I don't know. For me, it's a no, 100%.
Hell no.
We're done with him.
You know what? Lack of resourcefulness, even like beyond the circumstances. Like, we're at a point right now where you're trying to set the tone. You're trying to create new standards. You're trying to like kind of revitalize Juventus. That's essentially what you're trying to do. This is a move that counteracts that tremendously for me. And the words that Camoli right now, we're at honeymoon phase, everybody. So we're looking at things and we're trying to figure out, like, is this guy legit? Is he going to walk the walk, that he talks? Is he going to do that? Or is it just going to be talk? Because he spoke a lot about respect, and Juventus needs to be respected. Well, guess what? I don't think Rabiot playing games with Juve was very respectful. And not once, twice. Because some people seem to have short memory when it comes to the fact that we signed him on a 1 year, on a free, before he played the same game the next summer, waiting to make a decision, waiting for all these clubs to come, treating us like third, fourth, fifth option. Of all players, Uliano, of all players, laughed at Juventus at how we treated Rabiot, putting him on a pedestal as if he was Zinedine Zidane. And he goes, what the hell are you doing? That's not Juve. It isn't Juve. And it's okay to ask for your club to have a spine about what they do and set standards. Rabiot, for me, is a big one. And all the excuses I've heard out there, they just don't really work for me, okay? Because it's the garbage. And his true colors come out time and time again. Now, in the locker room with this Marseille thing, this guy is out of touch. This guy thinks he's at a level that is way beyond him. He's got the Vlahovic syndrome, we'll call it, where they think they are on top of the world and that everybody's going to break down the door coming in to get these guys. No, he's out of touch, okay? And he disrespected the club not once, but twice, and we allowed it to happen. Now he offers himself up to us. Now we're good enough for you, Adrian? Oh, thank you. No. Too bad, so sad. Who I want to target is the dude that slapped the shit out of you. Give me that guy, because that's impressive.
Give him a bonus.
So, give me that guy, because that's the guy I want, because we should have slapped the shit out of you twice. And all the arguments make no sense. Oh, he left because of Giuntoli. Giuntoli's the guy that signed him on the 1 year the prior. And Giuntoli's the guy that offered him $8 million net to stay the second time. Oh, it's because of Thiago Motta. Great. Thiago Motta was announced June 12th. Rabiot drug his contract out into like July. Okay? So it doesn't line up. And if it was Motta, he didn't have to drag Juve out for over a month. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Way too much time on a useless topic. Let's move on. This guy
Needless to say, we're on a no. Needless to say, it's a no.
It's a hard no.
You know what, though?
Across the frickin' board, man.
We are going to, for shits and giggles, run a poll. We'll see the live chat there, but for the majority,
there is a single person that votes
and
for him.
Swarit, you're absolutely right here. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a no. There are a couple in there that say, I like Rabiot, I want Rabiot. Hey, you know what? To each their own. To each their own. And Lord of Fizz, you're damn right. I don't pull any punches. We don't pull any punches, okay? Now, from one extreme to the other, my boy Locatelli. And this rumor with the Saudi thing that hits, okay? One extreme to another. Locatelli, Saudi, coming in with an 11 million offer. You got Skira, who's having an absolute horror show of a window this season, claiming that he's considering all this and everything. And Juve, if they get 40, 45 million, which I don't actually think they're going to come, but that's insulting that you're looking at Zakaria for 45 and you offer 25 for Locatelli.
Fly a kite. Go fly a kite.
Yes.
That was
absurd. Here's your response from Il mio capitano. All right? Pretty damn simple, cut and dry right there.
Beautiful.
Fino alla fine. Not playing games, not doing anything. And to be honest, I feel like Locatelli's the guy that he wouldn't be a problem for Juve if Juve decided, hey, we do want to sell you. I feel like he's a guy that actually has pride, has dignity. I'd be like, okay. And I mean, it would also help if you did have 11 million on the table. But Saudi apparently Al Ahly is coming back with 35 million for Locatelli, and I still keep seeing this argument over Loca. And number one, first off, people are saying, well, if the number's good, I'd do it. I question the timing. I don't even think it's the time right now, even if you saw 45 come in for him. So let's say 45 million comes in. Guys, do you sell him at this point in time?
Right now? Like today?
Yeah, 45 million on the table right now. Some are saying I'd take it right now.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I'm a no.
That's our captain.
What are we You're 3 days out from your season opener. And he's your captain.
Put there? Yeah, no.
Didn't we play this game with leadership last season? How'd that work out?
Yeah, no. Hard no. I mean, if we're talking just price, Mass, I'm curious. Like, this is more the question. If we're talking more price, forget timing, just price. Would you guys sell him for anything under 50?
No.
Here's my thing too. You hear a lot of, well, if the player's better, I'd sell him no problem. When does Juve start to raise the level of the bench quality? Yeah. Because here's my thing, that's the biggest gap right now if I look at this team going into the 25-26 season, because we're about to do a preview going into the season. For me, it's like, at what point do we start thinking, oh, this guy's an upgrade to the guy we just got? Maybe, unless it doesn't work out and you have a horror show with a player.
Like Luiz.
So at what time do we start thinking both? Find ways to land multiple players. If you're going to sell somebody important to the team, it should never be one for one. It should be, how do we get multiple to get a boost? And I think a lot just don't seem to understand the importance of Locatelli and just treat him like this scrub, and he can't get respect. It's crazy.
So much disrespect. Like, of all people. I mean, last year, granted, a lot was going towards Danilo, and he was our captain at the time. But there was like valid reason to shit on him. Like, he was at the end of his career. Fine. Locatelli, I don't understand. Besides a few mistakes here and there throughout the last 3-4 years, I truly do not get the mountain of shit he gets.
Guys, I've always said it. The reason is he's not a flashy player. He's not a guy that's going to show up on the highlight reel. But numbers don't lie with this guy, right? He's very low key in what he does on the field, but people that know football know that this guy's a quality player, right? And beyond his skills on the pitch, like you guys said, you don't sell your captain 3 days before the window starts, right? We're trying to revolutionize the club in terms of character, in terms of locker room, all that stuff. That would be the biggest red flag for me, right?
And I think go ahead.
This guy is our captain, but like I said, even off the pitch, like what this guy stands for, what this guy believes in, he's got that DNA. He's got that Juve DNA that we're like dying for the rest of our team, right? You can't do it. You don't make that move.
And that's the biggest thing for me. That's the biggest thing for me that I find hilarious is, like, we critique a ton of players for what? For not caring about the shirt, for always making excuses, talking shit in interviews, like when they go to national sides. Yeah, Dushan, that's you. So making excuses, no accountability, not caring about the shirt, not understanding what it's like to be at Juventus, a lack of leadership. And then you got a guy that ticks off all the boxes, and it's like, oh, he's not scoring goals, he's not getting assists, when that's not part of the role, nor has it been.
Literally.
So it's like, it's funny to me that a guy checks off all those boxes and he still gets shunned. It's like, well, that's very, very hypocritical when you've got some other guys that aren't showing it, but maybe it possess a little bit of flash, and that's it. With a serious lack of leadership on this squad, Locatelli goes nowhere. So Dell's bringing up 55 million and a guarantee of getting Ullman in before match day 1, and he pulls the trigger. It's still a no for me, because if you want Ullman, you find another way. You don't take away significant importance from your squad to just take a flyer on a guy that may or may not be worth his value that's out there. So for me, that's a no. It's like, how do we get Ullman in while keeping Locatelli? That's exactly what the aim needs to be. Mm-hmm. You can't keep doing 1-for-1s and see yourself drastically improve. That's not how it works. So when people say these comments, like, I was around too when Zidane was sold, okay? And I've seen that comment thrown around. I'm not going to cry over Loca. I've seen, if the player that comes in is better, that's great. I'm of a different belief. I need to see us improve multiple. When Zidane was sold, did we buy 1-for-1, or did we go out and get Buffon, Thuram, Nedved, and also at the time Marcelo Salas, who by the way was a complete flop, but injuries. But okay, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Iconic players, like,
and don't ever forget about Zenoni. But listen, it's got to stop with the 1-for-1 when it's a guy that's actually important. 1-for-1 on a guy that hasn't done anything or can't break through, like Douglas Luiz, that's fine. But if you're taking away significant importance, it's got to weigh out. It would be like Kenan Yildiz. If Yildiz is going to go, I don't want to see 1-for-1. I need to see like 3 legit ballers coming in. So we'll leave it at that. As far as the Rabiot poll to Juve, 84% say yes, they would take Rabiot.
Not high enough.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's 84% no. It's 84% no.
Oh, geez. I was like, what?
I just wanted to see the reaction. So
I would like shut down the chat right now.
Yeah, I would end the call. Forget it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Wow.
In fairness, I think the only thing that we could
Go ahead.
The only thing we could dock Loca on, and this we could all agree, is the guy gets way too many yellow cards. Like, that's possibly the only thing I could talk about where I'm like, okay, the guy needs to work on, because he leads our team by like triple the amount of cards compared to the rest. So that's the only negative.
You know what, though? It kind of comes with the territory when you play that aggressive kind of defensive style. Like, he's going in hard and guys know he's coming. There's footsteps there. It's part of it. I'm not terribly concerned when it comes to yellows and Loca. So we got some Storm the Barns coming in already. If we start off strong and no major players getting injuries, God willing, we'll be fine. And he also says Rabiot could suck his mother's shares.
What emoji
No
is
to
that?
Rabiot. Love it. And Forza nostro capitano. Forza Luca. So Loca. But he put Luca. So he's probably thinking you, Luca. Forza Luca. It's not
good job, Luca.
I'll take
captain of the panel today. Forza Loca. Listen, now when we get into the news, that's really it around here. Now we're looking at attack. Okay, so Douglas Luiz is gone, but all you get is a $2.5 million loan. And again, why I don't praise Comoli as an A+ yet is because we're waiting for the official. Because there's a lot of rumors about criteria that make this deal obligation that might come down to number of appearances for Luiz or potentially Champions League qualification. So if all of a sudden Luiz is one of these guys that comes back next season and you didn't in fact get permanent, the situation won't change. I don't see, if you didn't try to clean things up this year, how all of a sudden next year you're going to clean things up. So it's going to be, again, a guy that comes around in the summer and you have to be holding things. That's why I'm waiting before I say grande Comoli. Pump the brakes. But what's going to come in the aftermath? Shigrova? Kolomuani? Anything? Because it's literally only a $2.5 million loan at this time. Let's see. For Shigrova, we got to talk Shigrova. A lot of discourse around Shigrova, a lot of hype around him, a lot of people saying, yes, bring me this baller. Last year, a horror show for injuries. Barely available. Where do you stand on Shigrova? Do you want him in? Luca, where do you stand on Shigrova?
Shit. I mean, I get why so many people are excited the talent is clearly there. Like there's
Yeah.
absolutely no denying the talent. But good Lord, people, we had Luiz come in with a full bill of health, and somehow we found excuses and found injuries. So now we're going to take a guy who's injury prone, and you magically think we're going to what? Flip him like they do at Bayern Munich, just inject him with steroid? That ain't going to happen. He's going to be even worse. He's going to be basically Milik 2.0 and just sit at the J Medical. So I'm really not sold on it. Like I don't care how good he is. It's just we need a guy who could be there day in, game out.
15 to 18 million. You say yes?
I
if we can talk them down to that 18 million range, do you say yes?
I don't love it. Because, I mean, it's a great price, but we need to get minutes out of him. And how much can we get? Even if it's a third of the season, that's still not enough. We're on 3 different fronts. Don't forget. I don't know, man.
Great signing for J Medical. I love this from Swari. Jagrova will win Hospital Door. I love that. Mas, where are you at on Jagrova?
Yeah, I'm a little torn because the player, I mean, we saw it in the Champions League when he torched Cabal down that right side pretty much all game long. We saw what he's capable of. But Lucas said it, like injuries aren't going to get any better coming here. They're obviously going to get worse, sad to say, but it is what it is. But also I don't know where he fits in Tudor's formation. Is he able to play a bit of a more central role in that formation? I have the same worry with Conceição, to be honest. So it's I don't know. Like, do we need him based on the formation that we're playing? He gives you a little bit of flexibility. I get it, but
his injury record prior to last season is actually okay. It's a lot of minor things, but last year he had a severe injury, and it's with the adductor. So it's not just the fact it was an injury-riddled season, but adductor issues are brutal for footballers. It's brutal. And that's a major, major concern. If Juve goes for Jagrova, for me personally, it's time to do the same damn thing that we are seeing. Take him on a loan with an option, okay? Put a criteria on there of appearances. Do something. Get some type of protection. Otherwise, don't do it. And when we get to Jagrova, there's also behind the scenes, which should be very important to Juventus because it's something over these transitional years that we've been talking about is when do we start signing the right characters? And this all ties in because Douglas Luiz, maybe we didn't do our homework there and maybe we dropped the ball right from the get-go. But when it comes to Jagrova, he's got quite the rep behind the scenes in terms of some character issues. Was sent away from his national side, seems to be on the Arturo Vidal plan when it comes to outside of football life. Okay, there are some rumblings in French media about him and partying and all this, etc. So it's like, yeah, I need a safety net if Juve's thinking about this guy. I don't want to see an outright purchase. I don't want to see us commit. I want to see protection there. Put some type of clause in there. Okay? So that's what I would do for me if you're going to get serious about Jagrova. But for me, top priority is still Kolomuani. We've got to bring this guy in. I said it on yesterday's day. I'm like, this guy is Tom Hanks in Terminal. Okay, he's just sitting there, hanging out, waiting. Like, it's that John Travolta meme where he walks in Pulp Fiction and he's just staring. He's like, guys,
yeah, it's exactly that.
You know that, like, we gotta get Colo in. You gotta get Colo in, for me.
Well, the problem is you've left it so late. If you don't complete that deal, what do you have left?
Right? Well, now we get to my whole concern, which I've stated weeks ago. I actually literally feel it's always come down to Vlahovic.
Yeah.
For Kolomuani. And that is a problem. And I think now we're seeing everybody that Kamoli's going 1-for-1. Zhigrova probably is the play ahead of Kolo Muani if Nico Gonzalez finds a deal with Atletico Madrid. And Kolo Muani is probably the play if Vlahovic goes. But the thing is that Kolo Muani's got some versatility, and Jonathan David can play in one of those advanced roles behind the striker or even be utilized next to Kolo Muani. So I still wouldn't do it. Kolo Muani would be my play. And I know that they're talking about upping the price and everything, but I'm not buying it. I think it's still the same. I think it's been agreed upon for a while. Juve just can't pull the trigger because of the finances. I believe more so in the credible guys, 10 million, 45 million loan. If it's upwards of that,
we got a problem.
We got a problem. So, I don't know. We'll see, everybody. Time will tell. But 70 million, like, guys are saying now they want a package of 70 million. Look, PSG is notorious for being ridiculous to deal with. But they got a lot going on, too. And, I mean, Juve's got to stick to their guns. But I really think right now, I'm not buying into these, like, 65 total package with a 55 million purchase, etc. Or now 70. I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying into it at all. I think it's been agreed upon for a while. Juve just can't pull the trigger. So whether that's Vlahovic, I don't know.
PSG is not in a hurry, right? What is he, third or fourth on their pecking order in terms of strikers?
Third?
Yeah, third.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. So I think PSG, it's more like this personality thing where they don't care that he's given his will to join Juve, right? Like, I literally think they don't care, and I literally think like they take offense to that, and they're just like, no, screw. Now in turn they're like, screw you, Juve, you want him, you pay type thing, even though like the player's will is to go, and even if you don't care and you've got him right down the charts, it's crazy, man. But I don't know. I don't know what the play is. You've got to find an agreement there first before you try to pull Vlahovic away. But I see like Vlahovic as a very toxic situation of him staying this year. But my fear is that we are going into this year and he is going to be used as one of the strikers, probably second to Jonathan David. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Dovbyk thrown out there. Yeah. Be an option. Didn't Kristovic just sign somewhere? He usually gets thrown out. I believe he just signed. Atalanta, I think, picked him up. Did they not? Kristovic? I believe Atalanta picked up Kristovic.
I think it was official as of today.
I could be mistaken, but yeah, I believe they did. So we'll see what Juve does, but time's running out. Now, where do we go from here? The season, 25-26 season. I don't know, do we say all things remain the same with the roster here? I guess so. You could take some stabs at your predictions on players that you think are going to come in before the window closes. That's always the sketchy thing with these preview moments. But let's start off with who you think Juve's top goal scorer for the 25-26 season is going to be. Mas, top goal scorer for Juve.
yeah, I had David between 12 and 15 goals. I think what he's shown so far in a couple of games, his track record, I think he's going to mesh pretty well with the team. And he's going to give us something we've been lacking for a long time, which is a consistent scorer we can rely on. So I got David there.
All right, Forza Juve is going to take the stab that Kolo Muani is coming in, and he's going to be the top scorer. We got Tuna calling for a season of seasons for Kenan Yildiz with 20 G's, 20 apples. Woo! Woo!
Wow.
Binu saying Jonathan David, top scorer. Luca, who do you got for top scorer?
I've got Yildiz. I mean, the kid got 9 last season, I think, in total. And that was like, he was almost suffocated last season by our coaching and by our play. So imagine if Tudor just lets him loose. I'm saying at least 15. Like, the kid's going to be an absolute baller this year. So that's mine.
Yeah, hopefully he's working on the short side shot. Back post shot, he's got a fantastic one, and he could dribble like a bastard, so he can get in close and finish those chances. With Jonathan David there, Yildiz is a good shout too, because David is very much a facilitator as well, right? So it's, for me, going to be between one of those two. I'm going to say that at the end of the season, Jonathan David still has more goals, but they're both going to be very close to each other. But I'm going to put Jonathan David as the leading goal scorer for Juve, and I'm going to actually say that he pushes 18 in Serie A. I'm going to say he's going to be around that 18 mark in Serie A. So I will go with that. Who is going to be our assist leader? Luca.
Oh, if it ain't one, it's probably the other one. That's what I would have said. I'm thinking David, but you know what? Part of me kind of wants to go with Chico. Like, I didn't think he would get the most goals, and yeah, he wasn't that consistent last year. But if it ain't David, I think it's Chico. And I mean, Yildiz is up there too, but I don't know. I'm gonna say Chico just to go off the beaten path.
All right, he's going with Chico. Mas, who's your assist leader?
I think I'm going with Kostic.
There ain't no way he just said that. Bert's like, I'm punching out.
I wanted to trigger him.
Yeah,
I knew that would set him off.
All right. Try again.
Okay. No, I got Yildiz there. Like Lucas said, he's gonna have a monster year, so I feel like Yildiz is gonna be the guy.
Yeah, and good point, Wing of Winter. Good point. Okay.
Oh! He's got
straight red.
Right,
straight red. Welcome to Adam's world, Mas. Yeah. Now you're living in it. Straight red. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go with Kefren Turam.
Turam was second place in assists last year, so
I'm going with Kefren Turam as our assist leader for the 25-26 season.
It's a great shout.
Now,
you know what? João Mario, he's got already like 2 in the last 3 games.
João Mario is actually, I saw that shouted out. I believe Forza Juve threw it out there. Even here you got Flav there throwing it out. That's a good shout, because I'm going to get to João Mario in a bit here, because we got more we got to go through here. Let's get into, before we get to the big ones.
Yeah.
Flop, mook, or toilet of the season. So
Caca of the season.
Flop, mook, or toilet of the season. Basically, who's putting up the stinker this year? There's always going to be somebody. Who's putting that up this season?
Oh, damn.
Who do you have?
I really hope it's not Coop again, but...
Are you going with... Well, somebody's throwing out right away. Top NASA employee with those shots there. So, Cope Miners.
Christ.
We got Kelly being shout out there. We got Rugani. Kostic.
No, I'm going to go with Kelly.
You're going to go with Kelly?
Yeah, I just hate the guy.
Oof. Well, at least you're honest about it. Mas, who's your flop of the season?
Yeah, I had Kelly too, strictly dependent on if Vlahovic is sticking around or not. If Vlahovic sticks around, he's going to be my flop, not because his performance won't be, average, but just the amount of drama and bullshit we're going to have to deal with throughout the season for him sticking around. It's just going to be a disaster. So,
how dare you say Gatti? How dare you pick Gatti? You guys in the chat, man, you disappoint me.
If I'm going to go with, a flop of the season.
It might be Miretti.
It could be, But I mean, when you're picking this, you're kind of looking at expectations. So
Yeah, that's my thought.
I'm kind of looking more towards the guys we're going to be dependent on and who might be letting us down. I'm going to tell you right now, if he stays and he is second, my vote is Dusan.
Yeah, that's Matt said it too. I mean,
if we have no alternatives and that's where it's going to be, it could very well be Dusan. The funny thing is that Dusan's got like a bunch of goals in the last matches here right now, and his record's actually good right now, and he's scoring. But it's the situation that is completely masking that, and no one's paying attention to the fact he's got like 4 goals in the last 6 outings or something like that. But it's funny. It could be Dusan. Otherwise, I'm not actually going to throw Kelly in there. I'm actually going to say that potentially Kalulu.
I thought about him too, but
potentially Kalulu.
The reason I flipped on that, because I had thought about it, because he had a bit of a couple of weeks last season where he was very questionable. Now
he's got brain farts all over the place.
Yeah. And that's our backline. Just without Bremer, our backline is full of brain farts. But now, lately in the last few games, like you said about Dusan, I've noticed with Kalulu, he's been pushing forward much more. So it's a different role he's playing. He's not playing like real center back. He's playing like almost wing back. So I'm hoping to see less of the brain farts.
Yeah.
My thought, but you could be right.
And Tuna, remember what I said. It's about expectations. If I'm calling flop or mook of the season. So, I mean, how high are the expectations for Kelly that he's going to be flopping already? I mean, he's kind of already fighting everybody. And probably a lot more of it has to do with the fact he's English and the fact his first name's Lloyd, I think, more than anything.
And that haircut and that beard are not doing any favor.
See, there you go. I mean, a lot of it doesn't even have to do with the fact that you can't play anybody else on the left. You want to talk about hair? Gatti looks like he literally walked under a lawnmower. Okay? It's terrible.
So bad. It's terrible. I don't know what he did.
So that's disgusting. He needs, like, Yildiz needs to get him on a flight now to Turkey and deal with that. So Gatti can't play the left. Rugani can't play the left. Kalulu sure as hell can't play the left. And if Kostic is there, the two of them should be sent to the moon. I never want to see that again, Tudor.
Cabal's not coming back.
Nobody else could do the left. Cabal going to be the 1A option that they're banking on when he comes back? We're not going to see him probably until after the international break in September. But that's bold strategy to, kind of play that out and see. That's it. Bremer, obviously he could play the left. Some people say, well, why not slide Gatti centrally, put Bremer on the left, or Rugani centrally, put Bremer on the left? Here's my thing with that. If you're going to play the 3-man back set, you typically want a guy that can move up the pitch pretty fluidly and do that. Bremer is just not the guy you want there. No. You want Bremer in the heart too, because everybody else feeds off that and cheats off that, because he rules out the opposition's top guy. So for me, that's not a successful game plan. You could see it in certain games though, but I don't know. I'm a little bit questionable about that, because right now the one thing that does have me excited going into this season is the fluidity we've seen over the past few preseason games. Probably the best we've seen in years as far as movement, passing, fluidity. It's good. I don't want to take that away.
A good point.
So let's not try to go away from that, and let's leave Bremer in the heart of the D. So there you go, Kelly. It's about the expectations. So that's flop of the season. What's the biggest surprise of the season? This might tie into another one, your bold claim of the season. So surprise of the season, bold claim of the season. Mas, kick us off.
So you mentioned my surprise, I think, and I tried to stay away from some of the bigger players that I thought might have come up. But I think Cabal's going to have a good season. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Dependent on how he comes back from his injury. I mean, when this guy started out last season, he was pretty strong for us. Granted, he is still relatively young, but I think if we can get him going and he shows what he's capable of, he's going to be a pretty integral part of this team. So,
all right. I like it. I like the Cabal shout. Luca,
what about your claim? Are we doing claim right after? Like, Mas,
you could do. Maybe yours is together. I said, or you could do it separate. So, surprise of the season, bold claim. Fire away, man.
All right. So my surprise player would be probably Coop. I think he'll have a much better season than we all expect, and possibly even outshine Locatelli at times. Which again, not a bad thing. We all want that. We all want our mid freaking, balling. But my bold claim, I think Tudor gets a trophy this year. I don't know what it's going to be and where it's going to be, guys, but I think he gets us a trophy.
Nice, Luca.
I'm hopeful.
Fuck yeah.
I haven't learned my lesson, but I'm hopeful.
I like it. All right. So in the chat here, we've got Adzic, Miretti.
Ooh, good call.
You've got Cope Miners, Joao Mario. You got Revival of Cope Miners. So surprise of the season for me, I am going to say it's going to be Joao Mario. I'm going to say he is going to surprise the hell out of Serie A in general. So that's my surprise. The bold claim, I've been saying it for a while. My bold claim is that Cope Miners has a good, strong season. And playing in one of those pivots where he should be as a trailer. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see a mix of not so much always Locatelli Thuram, but you're going to see Locatelli Cope Miners. You're going to see Cope Miners Thuram. You're going to still see Locatelli Thuram, but I think he enters himself this season as a mix right there in that tandem. And that would be great news for Juventus. And that's going to be my bold claim. I might go down in flames for that one, and the Army's going to keep me honest on it, but hey, that's the fun part about it. So let's go.
Well,
now.
All indications on Coop coming out of camp is that
he's got the flu.
Got it. Well, yeah, seriously.
The bad games are only due to the flu. The dude had the flu like 75 times last season.
He had it a lot last year.
But apparently Tudor has been working a lot with him. He's happier now that he gets to play in that deeper role. So we'll see how it plays out. Right. My bold claim of the season, I don't know how bold it is, but I'm pretty confident that Yildiz is going to win MVP this year for Serie A.
Whoa!
That's a big one.
I think he's going to have a monster year, just monster year. Based on the fact that he's coming off a good year. I've actually seen this guy play live now, which was a treat in itself. I think everything's there for him to just go next level next season. So that's
you know what, man? That's awesome. That would be sick.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I said it for a while because a lot of people are asking, obviously, because we're in Canada, follow the Canadian men's national side, and asked about Jonathan David, and I said, dude, the best part about David is that he's going to help everyone around him. Yeah. So the fact that Yildiz has been doing what he's been doing without that type of support in that role.
That's the thing. Imagine.
Like, the possibility for that to happen is not like it's bold
possible
claim, but it's a very, very realistic one. Like, Yildiz has everything in the tool chest to make it happen. And I think like David, Conceição, and Yildiz has so much potential to like rip through a lot of the league. Like that's a bold one though. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now ties into the next one, which is going to be MVP of the season for Juve. Mas, I would have to expect you're going to go with Keenan.
Keenan with honorable mention to Bremer. But, I mean, I've already spoken about Keenan, but I think Bremer is a good shout too, just because you can pinpoint last season once he went down. That was pretty much the turning point for us, right? The way we started was incredible. Our defense was top notch, and then he went down, and everything went to the shits. So honorable mention to Bremer, but I think Yildiz is just going to be a monster next season.
Tuna, boldest claim: Yildiz has a better season than Yamal. Wow. Luca, who's your MVP going into the season? Who do you believe is going to get it?
I mean, this one's a kind of an easy one, and I'm with Mass on this. I'm going Bremer, just because I'm a softie for defenders, and I'll always take defender over a forward. But yeah, notable shout to Yildiz in there. Like, it's got to be those two. Like, they're easily our best players. So I mean, what are we even talking about?
Here's the right answer. Soiree, my boy.
All right, start
Berto in the HAC. Let's go. Okay. So right away, I'm thinking Bremer, I'm thinking Thuram, I'm thinking Yildiz. Those are my three right there. And I could see it being any of the three. Bremer is the best center back in Serie A. Nobody will change my mind about that. He is the best center back in the league currently. Okay? Yes, he's coming back from an ACL. We are going to go with... I'm still going to go with Yildiz. Yildiz is going to have a monster season. At the age he was, he just surpassed Del Piero's season last year in his first full season with Juve. I'm going to go with Yildiz being the MVP. I'm going to go with Yildiz. But those are all shouts for me that are going to be close. Thuram is really I'm expecting him to make a big jump this season. He was solid last year. Solid. Yeah. And what pissed me off about last year is these guys went through waves where they were seeing the bench, Thuram included, 4 or 5 games in a row not start. Yildiz 3-4 games not start. What the hell are you doing? You should have been hung, not fired for that Motta. What are you doing? So Thuram, I think, is going to have a massive... And Bremer, best center back in the league. As much as I love Thuram, I'm going to go Yildiz or Bremer, but I'll say ultimately Yildiz. Now, top 4 Serie A. Give me your top 4.
Here we go.
Luca, you do the honors, man. Top 4.
And we're doing this in order, right? We're not just blabbing them out. You want first, second, third, fourth?
Give me first, second, third, fourth. How you see it's going to finish. You can elaborate a bit, or you could just leave it at that.
Christ.
Say over.
All right. I don't want any flack for this because it's being realistic.
Can't promise you that.
I'm putting Napoli first.
All right.
I'm putting Merida second. I'm putting us third. And I think Roma fourth.
Okay. I gotta say, this has been a very interesting one to see everyone's rankings for top 4 because I've seen so many different combinations. It's actually wild to see.
It's not clear anymore. There's
Since
so many
Juve
coach changes.
Has done it, nobody has repeated. Nobody has repeated since the decade of dominance ended. Napoli, they went out, they have spent the money. They've also got injury creeping up. Lukaku down. Today, Manna, jogging, injured himself. All right? So their sporting director down.
You heard it
down
here
and
first,
out.
People.
That's how you know he came from Juve. J Medical still strikes from afar. Yeah, they got things right, and they got good. It's theirs to lose. Anytime you're the champion going back into a season, I know Conte's going to say whatever he's want to say. He's already started with the Inter, Juve, Milan. He's already started with that. Anytime you are a champion, you're automatically top list, especially when you commit as much as they have in the window. So I get it, man. I get it. But the top 4 is very interesting. Mas, I want to hear yours.
It's funny you were saying that you're getting a lot of different takes on the top four, but mine's literally exactly the same as Lucas, to be honest.
Dude, there's a lot of difference. So
Damn,
top
you,
bids
man.
going Juve, Napoli, Roma,
Yeah.
Inter, Milan, not even being in there. You've got Juve, Napoli, Milan, Roma. You got Napoli, Milan, Inter, Juve. You know, you've got Milan, Napoli, Juve, and I've seen so many combinations. It's insane.
Yeah, for me, I mean, Napoli, the Conte factor is always there. Defending champions. They've had a very strong mercato. Like I look at the players they've signed: De Bruyne, Luka, Milinkovic-Savic, Bukema, Gutierrez. They're probably going to bring in another striker before the window closes, just because of the Lukaku injury. So you need to put them as favorites, no doubt. Inter, I think it's really dependent on how they finish the mercato. If you look at the players they've signed so far, it's very underwhelming. Are they going to be able to sign Lookman? I don't know. It seems like that door is closing pretty quickly, but they have continuity there aside from Kivu, which is pretty much a wild card as well. But they still have a very strong team. So if they can finish the mercato strong, they're going to be contenders. In terms of Juve in third, I mean, they also have continuity now going into the season with Tudor. The first couple of games I saw preseason, Berto, like you said, they've looked fluid. They've looked strong. I think I like the way they're playing. And if we can, sign another 2-3 players before the end of the window, then that's only going to make us stronger. But to crack top two will be difficult. And then in terms of Roma, I think they're going to build off what they did with Ranieri last season. Gasparini's going to bring in a special sauce. Who they signed in? Ferguson, Bailey, Wesley. Those are all pretty strong signings, I think.
Bailey's already hurt. First training session. Awesome start.
Fantastic. But
I
think Roma's going to build off what they did last year. I think Milan's going to probably seventh or eighth, to be honest. I don't think they're going to have a strong season.
Anytime.
I don't see that. I think, no, Milan 7th or 8th. One comp, very, very, very much improved midfield.
They still, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, Max doesn't work that quickly. I mean, he did it with us, but he was handling.
They're going to be far better than last season. I can guarantee you. Milan will be close to. They could even slide into that fourth spot.
Possibly, yeah. It's tight.
For me, that fourth spot's kind of the wild card. I like Napoli, Juve, Inter. Even Inter's going to have a drop off, but Inter still has a squad where they could do damage. Their coach is a big question mark with Kivu, but they still have a roster that could take the title.
Easily.
They still have the roster to do it. Will Kivu take them to that with the other competitions and everything? It's up for debate. I really don't see it happening. This race might not even be a race. Like, it's one of these Serie A's where Conte, I don't know, his Champions League thing is out there for all to see. It doesn't go well. But, like, this Scudetto thing, like, if he could, it could be a very comfortable walk to the title for Napoli, or it could be contested. Who are the teams to contest them? You've got us that has a major question mark in can we clean up the nonsense that we suffered from last season, which was giving up points consistently a lot. If Juve can't clean that up, Inter's probably going to be the only one that I see contending for them. Milan, I don't see them contending for the title. I see them contending for top 4. But even after all this said, my top 4 finish: Napoli, Juve, Inter, and Milan. That's my top 4.
Yeah.
So Napoli, Juve, Inter, and Milan. There could potentially be a healthy gap there with Napoli to us, or they could absolutely choke. And I'm just doing a reverse jinx little prediction here where we actually take it. And oh my God, the receipts, everybody. The receipts.
Oh, they are long.
Receipts. All right.
Oh.
Well, would that be super surprising though? I think based on the way the league is
would be
laid out, Like, it would be nice, but I
Well,
don't think it
here's
would
the
shock
thing.
anybody, right?
Can Juve do some damage? This is the headline. This is the thing. Now that we got the top 4 out of the way, can we not do this? Can we not do this? I mean, when you think about the team not having a lot of changes, and this is the same team that, is getting Bremer back. We will have Cabal back. You've got Jonathan David, who's given us something we have lacked tremendously from that lead role.
Yeah.
You've got Yildiz that is on the verge of a major breakout. The biggest question mark will always be, and the biggest wild card will be fitness.
Yeah, it's literally always the same thing, guys.
But
fitness with no depth. That's the problem, right?
Exactly.
That's also it.
That's the biggest thing for me right now that hurts Juve is the depth. And if we have to go that route, but we are protecting ourselves a little bit better, well, way better than we did last season. Because we are going to keep some guys around. One of them for sure, redundancy. But you know what? I'll even concede. I'd rather have the protection in coverage, even if it's a guy that I think we should be cutting loose, and I would have even been happy to bring a young guy in, whatnot. I will concede. I'm fine with coverage, even if they are some redundancies, okay? Because it's just way too skinny. And we clearly aren't going to get the depth options that we wanted, so you know what? You may as well. But Bremer instantly has immediate impact in making us stronger.
Yeah, and it's a large amount too. It's not like it's a 5%. The guy's a difference maker. Like,
from what you're seeing in early preseason, yeah, it's preseason, but you don't look too much at the results. I don't really care at that. You look at how the team is playing, what they're trying to do. Roles are starting to get identified and created. Remember, we talked a lot about that last season on Malta. It's like these guys don't know who needs to take the reins in certain situations. It's like you're trying to put Cope Miners in this major creative role where he's just not facilitating. It's just like now it's starting to make sense. And you got a lot of dynamic players. Cambiaso, none of us had him as like this guy pushing for MVP or out amongst the top. And I think he's the guy that, honestly, we're probably going to live and die based on this guy because he makes the biggest difference for everyone else. When he's cooking and he's finding those pockets, everything for Yildiz, everything for David, everything for Chico, it all opens up.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a big if. That's the thing.
That left side, if they remain fit for the majority of the season, I love the trio of Conceição, David, and Yildiz. When you start to break it down further and you have the left side of Yildiz, Thuram, Cambiaso, you're absolutely cooking. Cooking. So I don't see why Juve can't do some damage. A much better morale with the team. Tudor treating guys with respect. And the biggest thing for him, in-game management, will be crucial.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to improve. I got to stop watching, even in preseason, when he's running guys dead before changing. Come on, smokes, pancakes, let's go. Make those subs a little quicker, okay? But hey, let's see. I think Juve could do some damage this season, everybody. I really do. We just want to be the team that pisses other teams off. You don't want to play us. It's like, okay, this is going to be annoying. They're going to be physical. They're going to play fast. They're going to be at us. That's what I want. I want Juve to start going at it. All right? And we've seen way too many years where we just have not been able to do that. Motta wanted to do that, except he implemented it with shitty treatment of his roster. So you have no chance when that takes place. Let's see. And the window, 10 more days. So let's see what happens. There's guys popping off about news with an offer coming in for Yildiz from Tottenham.
No.
Hotspurs. I have not seen anything like that. Don't
Not on
get
our
scared. Kenan Yildiz is getting locked down by Juve. There's an extension that's already there, ready for him. They're going to sign it. I don't know the exact time they're going to sign it, but they're going to sign it. It's done.
He ain't going anywhere. Not this year. That's for damn sure.
So, Matteo
Question
Moretto, who has been very, very strong this season, claims that Molina is not considering leaving Atletico Madrid whatsoever. He also claims Nico Gonzalez is 1 foot out the door of Juventus towards Atletico Madrid. So, hey, does that open the door, Kolo Muani? Or is that Zhigrova? Let's see. 1 foot out the door for Nico Gonzalez.
So question for Yildiz. You said he's going to re-up at some point. Does Juve add a release clause on there or not? What do you think?
You'd hope so.
I would rather not.
Oh, really?
I mean, it could be a massive release clause, but even if you don't, it's fine. I mean, you're going to have them locked down to 2030. Teams can come in and you could set your price. If you put a massive release clause and they pay it and he goes, whatever, it's done. I mean, okay, cool. You could slap an insane release clause on it just to set the tone. But it really doesn't change anything in the grand scheme of things, right? You just don't want a situation where you put a release clause on that after you're like, man.
Too low.
That's the only thing you want to do if you put it in. But I'm fine even without it, to be honest. Because even if you don't have one and someone's like, hey, we want Kenan Yildiz, cool, 175. You know, like, you don't have to have the release clause in there. It's up to you. And you're going to have them locked down to 2030. No problems with it. No problems with it, with or without.
Knowing us, we'll probably offer 80.
I mean, if he was in Spain, he would have already had a 200 million one on and probably upped to $500 million. So who knows, right? But I'm fine with or without. Storm the barn and actually go into Nico Gonzalez with him 1 foot out the door.
Can we kick the other foot out? Or?
Dude, I've always been on this like minority that like I'm not too broken up if he stays, to be honest.
I'm with you on that minority. I don't love him. I don't think he's a game changer.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily hate him either. Like he does hustle.
He puts in the work, man.
Yeah. But I mean, and that is a bare minimum. I mean, all the guys have to show that effort and stuff, but like he's funny because he gives you so much damn frustration through a game. But then he has these little moments, and it could be something as simple as getting to that header from Thuram's ball that gave Jonathan David the opportunity for a crazy finish against Atalanta, right?
Yeah.
He'll just do something like that creates some. But to be honest, I'm going to tell you right now, it'd be... Nico's known for being injured through seasons. Like, he's a little bit injury prone, but like, if you're getting rid of Nico and in comes Zhigrova,
a soul for a soul.
Who's got like it's a soul for J Medical. Like the way you said that was prime. J Medical, for every soul that leaves, it takes another. You might be getting into that game, right? That was one of the best lines ever too. What Luca
I still can't get over it. It's accurate. It's not.
It is accurate. For every soul it loses, it takes another. If it's Kolo Muani and Nico is the difference of getting that done, yes, 100% yes, 100% yes. And for Zhigrova, straight up player to player, I would prefer Zhigrova. But I have a lot of reservations about that without a safety net. Like, if you sign Zhigrova, I need to see some type of criteria before obligation, some type of protection. So we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of J Medical taking a soul for a soul, Soiree with his Storm the Barn. Who is the GOAT of J Medical? Ramsey, Deschilio, or Milik? Who's the GOAT?
Gotta be MDS. Like, the guy was here for like 8 years, man. And like Deschilio? 6 fringe. It's for me, it's MDS. Like, just because of longevity.
Pogba 2.0 in the mix. Ramsey wasn't. Ramsey was always leaving for international duty. couldn't play for us, listed on the thing,
questionable.
but was leaving for international duty. That might be all-time GOAT status for Jay Medical, because that's absolutely ridiculous, right? But
for me, it's Ramsey, 100%.
yeah, it might have to be Ramsey with that joke of a setup where he was literally leaving.
Milik was just kind of in the background. Like, he kind of, you knew he was hurt. You knew he wasn't coming back. But Ramsey, it was this game of, okay, he's good now. No, wait, he's not coming back yet. Oh, he got hurt again. Like, it was just...
Yeah, because the Welsh medical team was literally like, "Oh, you're good physically for us," but our medical team was like, "Nah, you're not getting the green light." So it was such a vicious.
It's unreal.
I love it.
I would never sell Luka. I wouldn't sell you either, buddy.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I think
especially this late, maybe down the line, but no one touches our Capitan. So obviously, speaking to Locatelli, we're just having fun here, Giuseppe. We're with you too, man. Forza Loca. Forza Loca. Now, Mas, let's light a candle for missing out on Vega and selling Mbangula.
It's not even close for me. Mbangula's it's fine. But
yeah, guys, no, Vega, it's that price tag. You can't get over it. Like 29 total? What are we talking about?
We talked about, like, the bigger concern is going to this whole thing, can Juve do damage, where we see them finishing the season, how we think they can do. You've got two guys at the back line right now that are coming off ACLs. That's serious. I'd feel a hell of a lot better getting a solid option coming in. I've been pretty vocal about not wanting to see Savona leave, especially before a guy like Locatelli and whatnot. I can even concede none of these other guys play the left side as well as Kelly. It's crazy, but that's the honest to God truth. Like, they're disasters on the left side. If Savona was the difference in bringing in Vega, I would accept it. I'd be like, okay, you know what? It helps us immediately right now. I don't know. But you got Gio saying dodged a bullet with Vega. I think he's just trying to spark you, Mas.
How dare you?
Yeah, what?
Hey, man, the boss said it best. You can't light a fire without a spark, man. And there's your spark right there. You dodged a bullet.
Listen, they say
start a fire.
All right. Save it for the post-pod.
They say if you love something, you got to let it go, man. So I'm officially done talking about Vega. It's too bad, so sad. That's it. Move on.
What I think the chat is
now you're going to just pull up Street Fighter 2 and use Vega in the game just to get over it. He was a good character too.
Great character.
But I'd still fuck him.
I'm going to miss that mustache, man. That freaking rapist-looking facial
hair. Whoa.
I mean, let's just call a spade here. The guy looked like... it looks like Sideshow Bob. Like, what are we talking?
Sideshow.
What are we talking about, guys? And he's like 19. I don't get it.
Portuguese counterpart of Sideshow Bob.
Shit. But what I think the chat's
Sideshow Joao.
Sideshow Miguel.
Sideshow Miguel. Okay. Oh my God. All right.
The rail.
All right, we're off the rails. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Okay.
We're good. Let's breathe.
That's the beauty of it. You never know what's going to happen, but it happens at least once a show. Betting odds are placing Juventus as fourth place of winning the Serie A title after Napoli, Inter, and Milan. Do you agree with this? No. I'll go out on a limb here. I'm not going to make a comparison between Tudor and Allegri, because that's disrespectful to Allegri with what he's achieved, okay, with us and everything. So I'm just going to say that I think we're going to be right there with Inter, and I think we're going to be clear of Milan despite them being in one competition and them having Max. I don't agree with... I don't see us just limping in or
Milan
being like... I see us comfortably in fourth this season in Serie A. You have way too many coaching changes elsewhere. Huge drop-off from Atalanta. like ninth place.
Massive.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking eighth or ninth for Atalanta. Okay, that's one of the teams that's been a thorn in club sides. Fiorentina, I'm not really concerned with. I could see them having a hot start or maybe a so-so start and getting hot for one period through the season, but then nothing really coming from it. A 6th, 7th, or 8th spot for them is what I think. Roma will be challenging. Como is an interesting team to challenge, but I see them maybe grabbing a last European spot.
Yeah, I say 5th or 6th for them.
Bologna will be an interesting watch
too. Yeah.
You know, Bologna, Roma, just on the outskirts. Milan and Roma or Bologna could upset and knock a team out of the top 4. But I'm gonna say Juve's gonna get comfortably in the top 4 this season. I'm gonna say that. Is Boniface a good player? Financials aside, will Milan do an improvement on choosing Boniface instead of Vlahovic?
Yep.
I mean, look.
Great business. Fuck.
Vlahovic is, again, I said it many times. I don't know. It's clearly, I think a part of it is out of spite now. And I think that he's now just trying to stick it to Juve. It's about the finances. I think he knows that he'll have more options being a free agent, and I don't think that there's a threat until Kolomuani comes in that he's not going to play. And for the Serbian national side, it might not even matter whether he does or not.
They have no options.
Yeah, but as far as is it an improvement for Milan? I don't really care if it's an improvement for them or not. I just need our situation to clean up because I literally do think it's toxic having him. I'll be honest.
Yeah, if we're looking at our squad right now, he's probably the only toxic. Well, like Arturo's gone, thank God. Like that should be resolved. But I mean, Dusan's the only one there still like lingering that has that stench of desperation. You know, like I don't love it. And already before this, he was not great in terms of mentality amongst the players too. Like let's not forget he's toxic already. So I don't know. We really gotta get that guy out the door.
Let me ask you guys a question, and I'll pose this to the chat as well. Okay.
Oh God.
If we keep Vlahovic, we don't end up landing Kolo, and the guy starts off on fire, which is pretty improbable, right? But let's say he bangs 7 goals in the first 4 games. Does that change your outlook in terms of the player, right? Because there's so many people just spitting vitriol right now at this guy. Does that change your tune?
Dusan will not sit David. He's not going to do it, but he can come off the bench and actually be a very good option. And I actually think that he's going to be on this, tour de force to prove himself because he knows he's going on a free, and he's going to do everything in his power to bag as many as he can in whatever minutes he does get for his case. And he's going to go on to the next side on a free, get a decent deal, and then he's going to completely flop for them. So it is what it is. As a second, I just think the situation is ugly, and I would rather go away from him, But if you can't, it's an unfortunate situation to have a guy like pretty much holding you hostage because of the contract, which he's entitled to.
Yep.
I just think it's a questionable play from him because he might also not do well in those minutes and then hurt himself even more. And he's still being portrayed as a guy that cares about the money more than anything. And he had an opportunity this summer to show otherwise, and he hasn't.
Anything can happen.
It's one of those things, right? It's just, it is what it is, man. This is the way it's played out. Would you take Lookman for 50 million instead of Kolo? I said this the entire time. Lookman is priced at 45. That got rejected by Atalanta from Inter, 45 million. If Juve goes for Lookman, it's going to be higher than 45, and you have to tack on 1 year to it. Just like Kolo Muani. That's why Kolo reaches 55 million total, because of the first year loan. So Lookman would be the same price essentially, maybe a little bit more, and no, I wouldn't do it. I don't want Lookman. I'll be quite honest.
Nope.
And Kolo Muani was with us. Kolo Muani wants to be with us. I'd go that route. And a little bit more versatile. Lookman plays the same spot as Yildiz.
Yep. I don't. We don't need him, and I'm tired of buying players off those absolute washed.
And that's a big
now.
one, Atalanta.
Yeah, massive tear. No, thank you.
I like it. Real question: do we score a set piece goal finally?
We were talking about this the other day.
Bremer effect.
Hold on.
Somebody's ass, maybe.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. If it's Lloyd Kelly, you can't tell his face from his ass anyway. So what's the difference? There you go, Kelly haters. I fed you that one right there. You can feel free to use that one through the season. Now, let's go. Top scorer, Yildiz. Second, David. 15 assists. Oh.
Wow.
It's possible. It's very possible. This is across all comps.
Kelly will be the biggest surprise of this season. His forward runs are underrated. He gives me the runs sometimes, but yeah.
Those are not underrated. Let me tell you, they come out powerful.
We got jokes today. I do not want the Coppa Italia, but we will reach the final. I want to win Serie A and reach the quarterfinals of Champions League. What are your views on the 3 trophies? Listen, winning any trophy should never be taken for granted. I think a lot of fans that have come to know Juve through the decade of dominance don't understand that you can have a great squad and still come. Guys, Inter last year trophy, they were talking treble and quickly got hit with a flash of reality and ended up with Stucazzo. Okay, that's what they ended up with. They won Stucazzo. Listen, I'll take any trophy, but as far as expectations based on the side of the bracket we're on, I would expect us to reach the Coppa Italia final. Champions League, I want to hit the quarters, but I mean, let's see. The biggest thing for me is competing for the Scudetto. That's first and foremost, is start to get to that level back home, and then you evolve and you grow from there, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So let me ask you guys something to piggyback off of that question.
Another STB from
what do you think is a successful season for us this year?
Yeah, we kind of
not changing coaches mid-season will be nice.
Being able to go into next year with some continuity would be a success coming out of this year on its own accord. But again, success would be meeting the expectations. If your expectations are to win the Scudetto this year, our aim should be to get after it. Our aim should be to fight for it. Always to fight for everything in front of you. If we put our best foot forward and we are at the end of the season okay, you know what? Look at last year. It was a shit show. We had 24, 26, whatever it was, points given up from positions of advantage. You have that many points. That's not no. If you had half of those points and you were right there almost winning the title and you can make some moves this Mercato, it's okay, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So we didn't. And we ultimately didn't compete for the title. We had enough points in hand to win it based on what it was last year, but you didn't. So that's not successful by any means. This year, if you are in the mix, if you are fighting for it, and you have a legit chance to win it, that's a successful season. That's progress on last year.
Yeah, last year was so bad. I mean, it's not hard for us to really outdo last season.
In
So
Europe, it's progress being able to hit the knockouts and giving the team in front of you absolutely all they can handle.
mhm.
You know, even if you don't reach that quarterfinal, but like it's like, oh man, you gave them fits. You're an absolute nightmare to play against. Even that's a step in the right direction. Being a team that teams are pissed off they have to face. That's a step in the right direction, right? Like, what are you looking for, Mas? What defines it for you? Is it just placement? Is it just like, well, number like top 2 in the league? Is it 3 in the league? Is it?
I think there needs to be a trophy somewhere. I agree with you in terms of progress with continuity and gameplay and Tudor in terms of management, but I think,
It's tough.
yeah, round of 16 Champions League would be great. Top 4 in Italy
It's
and
a minimum.
minimum, obviously, yeah. And Coppa Italia, I
Copa.
mean, the aim should be to win that, right? Like,
Yeah.
you need a trophy. It's just I'm curious in terms of the Juve brass, if Tudor doesn't come away with a trophy this year, does he keep his job? Like, what's the
Oof,
expectation for him, right?
that's a whole other
I'm
question.
just speaking to outlook because at the end of the day, we all know at Juve you have to compete for trophies. Period.
Yep.
We have gotten to a point. We have gotten to a point where we are not really competing for the trophy we want. That's the reality. We have not competed truly for a Scudetto in years.
Yep.
You've got that one season where it completely fell off the rails 2 seasons ago with Allegri halfway through. That's as close as you've come. Last year, we got back into the mix. Napoli was dropping points like crazy. It's like, oh, okay. And then you fell flat again. Even competing for it, not winning, I'm saying, okay, the aim is always to win trophies. You want to win the trophies, but there could still be a step forward made if you don't actually take the trophy home based on what we've been doing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The aim for Juve always is the same. The ambition should always be the same. Winning trophies. But based on what we've been doing, it's not the end of the world if you don't take it. You have to get back to fighting for it first, which we haven't been doing. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not lowering standards. I'm not changing anything like it. I'm saying the ambition stays the same. I don't want to hear us coming out at the start of the season saying, hey, we just want to hit Champions League. No, fuck that.
Nope. That's
the aim
low.
and the ambition is always the same. Always the same. But it doesn't gauge your season or the project or continuity in general. And I hate project or whatever. It just doesn't gauge everything as a failure. Because we had some of the best sides when the league was strong that didn't take home titles. You had insane Juve rosters that didn't win a Scudetto.
Yep.
Did they have to blow things up? Was that a failure? Was it whatever? It's like, no, sometimes shit happens and you don't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
The aim stays the same. The outlook changes. But hey, we got to talk on this. Everybody get the likes up. We got to talk. We got to talk this, okay? So.
No, not this. This.
Boom. We got some first stage mock-ups. Okay? Does 15-16 now have a rival? Funny enough, it's all the same scheme.
That's why it's the same.
Pink for the away. Retro logos have been moved to the away kit this season as opposed to the third. Mm-hmm. And then you've got the third coming in here. All right. So, okay, first of all, it's just banger after banger after banger. These are all class, okay? Mm-hmm. First off, let's just say, what's your personal favorite out of these three, just looking at the mock-ups, Luca?
I mean, that third is just... Oh, but they're all good. I can't even tell. Like even the pink, I missed the pink. Oh,
So which one's your top right now?
I would buy this one.
This would be your
black
top
one.
if you could only get one this season coming up. If this was it,
probably, yeah.
Okay, Mas, what's your favorite of the bunch?
That's a tough decision, man. I typically am a guy who always buys the third first. I mean, I'll always buy pretty much 2 or 3 of the set, but I don't know, that home one, man. I'm a sucker for collars, so that home one is pretty solid.
Nice. Yeah.
My fear here, and I think we talked about it in the green room, is this is just the base. What are they going to do to mess it up?
Well, yeah.
So,
I gotta say this though, they obviously Adidas finally listening to the show, okay? Because I laid out the blueprints. Funny, we were talking about this 2 shows ago, and I said, look, you want to sell like crazy, you want to sell out all your kits, traditional, clean, and classy for the home kit. Boom. Checked it off right here. I said, throw something with retro vibes on it. Boom. Throwback to our first ever shirts that were pink, and you got the retro logos on it. Boom. Then I said you can get funky with one. This one is expected to have patterns on it as well. But this would be unbelievable if they get all 3. Now, to inform all of you, this is usually how it works with first mock-ups. We all know very well. You know, you get these, and these are usually built off promotional photos, you know, from them, putting out to retailers, etc., whatnot, talking about what's coming up. And this is what you see. But they're looking at photos that are literally like, they're small, they're blurry, like you can't pinpoint a lot of the details.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to say out of this, the one thing you can take and bank on is the color schemes. Those are what you can expect for the color schemes. As far as patterns, as far as designs, there's definitely going to be something in there that is not on these ones. My suggestion to Adidas would be leave it the fuck alone. These things are bangers and they go absolutely nuts. But you know those stripes are going to have Michelin or Goodyear tire treads on them, or something's going to come out fucking... Something's going to happen. But this would be spectacular.
I would say if they're close to those, that's going to rival some
16,
years in
17,
terms of the
15,
best
16.
trio of kits. Like
15-16 was a stellar year. 17-18 was a great year, but 15-16 probably higher than that. 97-98 was spectacular for Kappa, but this is literally the same blueprint as 15-16. You've got your black and gold third kit. You're away, you have the pink. And your home was and I always loved the thin stripes. The thinner stripes on the kit is just class. Like,
What are we even discussing? Like, I don't
leave it alone, Adidas. Leave it alone. Otherwise,
they'll find a way.
One of these, but they'll find a way. There'll be some fuckery.
We've had some pretty bad seasons, so it's time for them to come out with a banger.
How many years are we going to wait for the Scudetto? Wait no longer. 25-26, baby. 25-26. Reverse jinx prediction of Napoli repeating when nobody has done it since us. Conte, epic failure. But he won't call it a failure. No, he won't. He's already started.
No, skip this one. Skip this one, please.
What do you call an internet mafia boss? An Iran. Eden Zhirova.
Red card.
An Iran.
Give him the red.
It wasn't even funny. Show. Has that ever happened? It wasn't even funny.
Like if there was a giggle, maybe there wasn't a giggle.
That's straight red, but we love you anyways. And Adam, you long surpassed Montero for most red cards on anything Juve based. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. But yeah, straight red. Aldo wasting no time on that one. All right. Give him a green red. Red, please.
Green card to
Adam,
red,
oh my God.
Trust me, you don't want.
Man. Unbelievable. Gio's still going off about the home kit too. He just goes, that's outrageous. Need to open that collar a bit though. Maybe a tight V. But Mas likes the collar.
Tight V.
Wear that shit to a wedding.
Leave it as is.
I
official.
would wear the third kit to
This past third kit, you could wear that thing anywhere, man. Class. Yeah. Absolute class. One of the best kits ever. How many losses will we suffer in Serie A until the end of the season? I would say 5.
Oh, that is a...
So we're trying to predict records now. Eh? Okay. Let's see here.
We lost 4 last season in Serie A.
I'm just pulling up the table right now because I need to refresh. We had 4 in Serie A last season. Yeah, we just had a shit ton of draws.
16 ties? What the?
You could be probably around the same, man. 4 or 5. I just don't think you see 16 friggin' draws like you did last year. You know, the one thing I like about how Tudor wants to play the game, we're going to take it to these punks that park it.
Yeah. I foresee us splitting that 16 between wins and losses. But we're obviously hoping more wins than losses. But we're probably going to have more, I would say more than 5 losses. Because like you said, he'll take it. And it might not
I don't think we are going to see more, man. I think like you're going to be around the same range, a 4 to 6 range in losses.
I would say 6, 7 maybe.
I'm expecting 4 to 6 in that range, but I'm expecting more out of the draw column to end up in wins.
Yes, so 100%. I'm with you on that one.
16 draws, 18 wins, 16 draws. Like, holy
that is, I don't think that's even heard of.
That's overlooked too, right? I mean, we always talk about the points that we lost last season for winning positions, but we also had 16 ties, right? Like,
but that's losing points because a lot of those we were in the winning. That's every draw is 2 points lost, man.
That's 2 points lost, exactly.
Yeah,
so like, it's insane to me. It's insane to me how we pissed away in a season where the Scudetto winning point was what, 83, 82.
Crazy.
Fuck. Might have to bang my head on that fucking tin again like I did earlier when you mentioned Kostic. Is Yildiz better than Yamal, Bellingham, and Doué? Oh. I put him second to Yamal. I'll tell you right there.
Yeah, like, he's not there yet.
I don't know about that.
Yamal's an absolute freak, but I put him second on that list. He's
getting there.
Doué is reaping the rewards of PSG. If you put Yildiz in there, do you not expect Yildiz to just blow up in the way they play and how that's catered to their attackers?
Yeah,
I would rank him. I would rank him ahead of Doué. I wouldn't rank him ahead of Bellingham. He's a freak, man.
No, fuck that. Yildiz.
He's getting there. We'll see after the season. Right now,
that's your MVP of.
No, I get it.
Of the Serie A you're talking about this year. Let's prop him up.
Be realistic. Come on. Be realistic.
Nah, fuck Bellingham. Joke. Bitches too much too. Crybaby. If Duchamp doesn't move, how many goals does he score for us? 6.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
I'd say 8. Yeah.
Would you accept 150 million euros for Yildiz? Holy hell, that's so much money. Who are we buying? Zhigrova? Like, this is the thing. Like, where are we spending the money? Like, are we? 100%. Is our dream Tonali, and we're gonna dump 100 on Tonali? Like,
I don't have the trust.
Oh, sorry, 150 pounds, so close to 200.
I don't have the trust in the manager to spend that money properly, to be honest. So
that's so much money. But yeah, I mean, that's so much money. You just have to, like, I want him to stay, but I need to know what's down the pipeline. Who are we spending that money on? What does it mean for the club? Like, just to say, yeah, you can't say no to that money. Well, who's available? Who are you buying? What are we doing? You know? Like, for this window, for instance, if it was like, oh, we're going to sell him 150 million pounds, we're going to buy Zhigrova, Kolomuani, and Vega, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, no.
Because those are players you could get without selling him.
But if it was like, hey, you're selling him right now, it's, you know, it's Vega, it's Tonali, it's Osimhen, it's like, well, I think about it, but I'm still leaning towards like a no because I didn't want Osimhen. I didn't want us to splash there, and I like the David sign. So it all depends on what's on the flip side for me personally. But that's a shit ton of money, 150 million pounds. Like, that's tough to say no to, right?
We would probably counter and offer them less. We'd be like, no, we'll take 120.
But again, it all comes down to the flip side. Like, even having money is great, but if you're not building a team properly, what are we doing? So if Yildiz goes, I'd sell him if you show me 3, maybe 4 wicked additions to the group instantly, right?
Yeah.
Is it worrisome with all the names linked? None are center backs. Well, we talked about this. I'm sketched out. They think it's okay, man. I'm sketched out. They think it's okay.
Yeah, like people not getting that. We still have Jallo. We still have Gonzalez. I mean, we don't know what's happening there. Like what? Like I don't. What? No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so Miran is coming at me for an opinion from 2 years ago. It says, Berto, what changed your opinion about Tudor from 2 years ago during Allegri's last season where you wanted him ahead of Conte versus towards the end of last season with us versus now? That's a great question because I did want Tudor at that moment. And again, it was kind of like a moment in Tudor's career where he was making a lot of noise and I appreciated what he was doing with his sides, like at that moment. And I was like, of course, there's the ties to Juventus. There's the links. And there's also always the list of other targets. Conte, I've always had this thing with returns. You guys know that. I went through it with Max and I even changed my mind on a return. And I was like, you know what? I'll open up to it. I changed my mind on Conte this year as a return. You know what? I got stung for it. Shame on me. Returns are now over. Rabiot, that goes for you too. So returns are now done and dusted. This year with Tudor, it's like he came in as a makeshift option. It was just, you're interim, okay? I still didn't like the other options. I wanted Conte this summer. I did, and I changed. I wanted Tudor a couple of years ago based on how everything was, no returns. This year, I was at a point where I believe we're in a situation where we still have this massive non-existence in upper management that I need a guy that's a top-tier coach. I rate Conte as a top-tier coach, and I think Juve, and I stand firm even though Tudor now in, Juve is in a tricky situation where if they don't figure their shit out, there is no top tier coach coming to Juve.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a like almost a crossroads here, everybody, where if you don't start to right the ship and you don't start moving in the right direction, all that names like Zidane and all that, it means fuck all because they will never come if you don't sort your shit out. That's why I changed my mind. And I was like, if Conte is ready and we've got the deal done and he's coming, I would have done it this year. It also would have fucked up the guys that just took the title, okay? It would have allowed them for zero continuity. We would have pulled in him and we could have continued on window-wise. But it didn't happen. But for me, you're at a situation right now where if Juve can land a top-tier manager, you got to look at it. Tudor, though, will have his moment this season, and I'm going to back him wholeheartedly. But make no mistake about it. For me, Miran, we're at a crossroads where if we don't start righting the ship, top-tier coaches ain't going to come, you know? You guys feel the same way? Like, it's at a moment where you really got to start making those strides where we talk about expectations. Is the season a success? You got to stop. You got to start climbing, right?
Yeah, and it's a top-down thing, right? From management to J Medical to the team to the coach. It's everything. Like we're not viewed very highly in regards right now in terms of European football, right? Unfortunately. So something's got to change.
Yeah. It's one of those things. We got work to do. So this season, we got work to do. Kamoli, we got to talk about this because we talked about it earlier with the whole grand scheme of things. He was given an A+ for some business and everything. I want to just know your thoughts so far on, and I got to say, like, I'm not going to destroy him over the Douglas Luiz thing. It's all good. I'm just not going to give him an A+, but right now, it's kind of like we're trying to figure out what we have there. He's obviously working slowly. He's obviously working methodically, which I don't think is a bad thing. And I do like the fact that if for some fans, too calm because they want action. But, like, honestly, it seems more thought out than it's been in a while. Do we agree on that front?
For sure.
Yeah.
It feels like there is...
Not rushing into anything.
Yeah, and it's going to be, for the most part, on our terms, on things we want to see. The thing with Locatelli, when you see a 25 million offer come in, it tells you everything about what we have done as a club in the build-up to this moment, where they think they can offer you for your captain 25 million euros.
It's embarrassing.
That tells you everything about how we've been bullied in the office, right, Miles?
They think we're in desperation mode, right?
Always.
Sad.
Yeah.
Aside Danilo, like, if you look back at the last 5 captains of his club, not a single one would have been, like, placed $1 under 60 million, if you ask me. Like, Danilo's maybe the only one there, but the rest.
And this is one of those things where I'm not gonna mind low action in a window if he starts setting the tone in the right direction with these guys that think that they can come in and do that. So from that perspective of sticking to your guns in the window, I like that. And I'm into that. So with Kamoli, again, we take every bit in stride and we see what we got there. But he talked a lot about respect for Juventus. It must be respected. And he is showing some actions that are tying into that. I like it. Now it's time for everybody down the line to follow suit.
Yeah.
Players, coaching staff. The other thing is, what about the guys above Kamoli? It's time to bridge that gap and get more influence out of the top and help Kamoli out as well. I'm just saying, we're still spending resources and time on guys that should have been, here you go, I've already packed your bags for you. There you go. So let's see. But setting the tone, it's a big one. This
is the thing, right? Like, Kamoli inherited a bit of a shit show, let's be honest, right? He had some bills to pay off this summer. We're paying for the amount of money we dropped last summer. What was it, 200 million, whatever it was. And now he's left with a roster that, to be frank, has a lot of dead weight on it that we need to get rid of. Right? So it's not an easy situation.
But the thing is, it hasn't been easy for any of the guys before him either. It hasn't been easy for any of them. Everybody's been inheriting a mess since Paratici. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, nobody's even like, even when Giuntoli focus on something financially, which is driven by who? The guys up at the top. It's like, this is the only way we're going to make moves, do business. You only have certain assets. The rest of your roster is dead weight, and you're not willing to accept losses anywhere. You're in the same boat year after year after year until these guys finally exit. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's been inheriting a mess. The biggest thing for him is to follow suit, and we're going to look for consistency in the dealings and if he's holding true to this respect factor and everything. Rabiot is an indication. Kamoli wasn't around for that time, but that's a guy who I see as a major symbol to disrespect that happened to this club that you're trying to fight back against. So I would say that's great that you're offering us up to, but didn't you turn down a ridiculous offer from this team to go to a club that wasn't even in Champions League? Didn't you play them 2 years running on contracts? Like, no. Too bad. Now, Juve's good enough for you? Act in the manner that you wish to be treated. So if you want respect, Comolli's going to have to keep working a certain manner. So let's see. But so far, I'm okay with Comolli so far, even if there's lack of action. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not going to go high. I'm not going to go low. I understand it right now. And Juve's not willing to take losses. So we'll see. Sunday, we ain't taking a loss. We got Parma, this season opener. Time to kick things off, everybody. And as you guys know, for memberships, Legends, you're in for a kit. But it's always a but. This is for the Legends this month. You got 10 days left, and then a lucky Legends member is going to get this bad boy. And for everybody else, you got this one. First kit giveaway of the season. It's the home, and it's Mas's Serie A MVP. All right. There you go, everybody. Pays to subscribe. So, guys, get those likes up right now for the match. There is a preview show, and there's a watch along, all right? Mas, Luca, been an absolute blast. Shit, we ran overtime. We got a jet. We got to go, everybody. Been an absolute pleasure. Army, you're the best. Till next time, fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.